people. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Oh, goodness. I don't know how to do that. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm back. Good morning, y'all. How are y'all doing this morning? Welcome to Tuesday, child. Welcome to Tuesday. I hope y'all are doing well and that everything is going fantastic for you thus far. A word in the wilderness, y'all. A word in the wilderness. I don't know what's the full moon is. I mean, not full moon. Ain't it? It should be a new moon in Pisces coming up. Happy birthday to all my Pisces people. I gotta check it. What day is the new moon, y'all? Because I don't know, child. There's a lot of energy going on right now. It's been feeling kind of weird. So I got to see when the new moon is. It should be coming up in a couple of days. Anyway, I'm back. Listen, y'all, we're in the book of Leviticus today. We're in the book of Leviticus. After I leave here, I got to go to the gym this gym day. So we're in the book of Leviticus this morning. Y'all, I'm trying some new things. So when you come in, like the live, share the love. Let me know where you come, where you from, where you at. Drop a hello in the chat. Bars? That was bars. Y'all know that was bars. Let me know where you from, where you at. Drop a hello in the chat. Hey, bars? That was bars. Anyway, I'm back. Y'all, we in the book of Leviticus. Leviticus 22. So we finna see what's going on with that. I ain't got a lot of community today. I don't have a lot of community other than, of course, you can get your digital downloads from the Etsy shop. Get them from the Etsy shop, y'all. I will tell y'all this. I am, per Padre Guy's instructions, I am making a lot of changes. I'm releasing the things that that are not serving me. Like a lot of stuff, y'all. Literally yesterday, I cancel things. I cancel subscriptions I don't need, y'all. Like did literally minimizing because I was like, well, why am I using stuff that I'm not using, right? Or like to the full, especially if I'm paying for it. So I was like, well, we gonna see what happens. Some of y'all, you might, you probably don't know if, well, you might be able to tell because I don't know how the service is set up. I'm gonna have to see. Um, I'm not going to pay for stuff that I don't let, you know what I'm saying, that I just don't need. So making room for something new, making room for something new. So I'm minimizing, switching things up. And the reason it's even called New Territory, child, is because when I came over here to this particular platform, to this streaming app, it was already in the description. I say, well, child, I'm going to just go ahead and leave that where it's at. So I'm testing this out to see how I like it and then go from there. I'm talking about indeed. I'm talking about being in new places, just new experiences. Y'all, it's been a lot in these last couple of days. So I don't know what Patrick God is getting ready to prepare us for, but baby, I done been getting rid of some things. You understand me? So if it wasn't even, I can tell y'all this as well. Even the Shopify shop, y'all, even the Shopify shop, I literally, no kidding, have been doing all of my business through the Etsy shop. And so I'm like, well, why am I gonna go? I was like, if I'm not utilizing something, y'all, then I'm not gonna pay for it. And that's just it. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So a lot of rearranging, a lot of switching things up, a lot of sitting with Padre God, and just seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. I'm always open and experimenting and trying new things. So if it's not beneficial, if it's not necessary, then I move on, especially if I'm trying to just do the same thing in two different places. That don't make no sense. Okay, so for me, it's very simple. If I'm not utilizing something, I'm not going to keep doing it. Okay. So that's just that on that. It's very easy for me to cut ties with things that are not serving. Make sure, y'all, today, this is actually on my regular Facebook page. Normally, I put this on my, this is on my personal Facebook page. Normally, I put it on my 336 Tarot and Oracle page, but I don't have the capability to do that right now. So I'll have to go back later and share it, which I will. So y'all make sure y'all go and drop a follow on the 336 Tarot and Oracle page on Facebook, as well as on my Instagram, both of them, my Facebook and my personal and my Instagram at toshaegermaine. I'll be putting out, I've already did some of them, but y'all knew I give a daily word and I put those out every day. Crazy thing is, y'all, I record 12 of them daily. I do all of the signs. And so I literally scheduled out every single one of them for yesterday for Monday's message. Why none of them scheduled? So I ended up having to redo all of them. Like, y'all, it was crazy. I was like, OMG. So they all went out at different times. It was kind of sporadic because when they said they were scheduled, child, they didn't schedule. And so I had to end up just reposting them. So I've already posted a couple. I think I posted 4 this morning. So then I got 4. I'll post the other ones, and they're just random. I don't have an order to them. Okay. So all to do it. Let's get to it. What time is it, y'all? Let's get into Leviticus. And then, of course, we're going to get a message from SpiritualiTEA, see what they want to talk about this morning, and go from there. Y'all like the live, share the live, share the love. Thank y'all for tapping in this morning. I hope you're feeling fantastic. I hope you're doing well. We finna see what's happening, y'all. We finna see what's going on in the book of Leviticus. We are in 22 and 23 this morning. Yesterday, we got instructions for the priests. We also received some punishment for disobedience information. So right now, we're finishing up instructions for the priests because that goes into chapter 22. So we finna see, child, what this is talking about. I don't know. It was 23. The appointed festival celebration. Okay, well, we received that. So all to do it. Let's get to it. Let's see what's happening. Then we'll see what is going on. The message from SpiritualiTEA for today. Okay, all to do it. Here we go. Let's see. Let me put up, child. Let me see. I might have to take these glasses off. We gonna see it. Nah, because the sun was right there. So I had to make sure that the phone wasn't in the sun. All to do it. The Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron and his sons to be very careful with the sacred gifts that the Israelites set apart for me, so they do not bring shame on my holy name. I am the Lord. Give them the following instructions. In all future generations, if any of your descendants is ceremonially unclean when he approaches the sacred offerings that the people of Israel consecrate to the Lord, he must be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. Y'all know Padre God be cutting folks off at the what? Neck. He do not be playing with the Israelites' name. If any of Aaron's descendants has a skin disease, oh Lord, or any kind of discharge that makes him ceremonially unclean, he may not eat from the sacred offerings until he has been pronounced clean. He also becomes unclean by touching a corpse or by having an emission of semen or by touching a small animal that is unclean or by touching someone who is ceremonially unclean for any reason. Okay. Don't be putting your credentials in the street, okay? The man who is defiled in any of these ways will remain unclean until evening. He may not eat from the sacred offerings until he has bathed himself in water. When the sun goes down, he will be ceremonially clean again and may eat from the sacred offerings, for this is his food. He may not eat an animal that has died a natural death or has been torn apart by wild animals, for this would defile him. I am the Lord. Child, I don't know how they remembered all of this. I can't remember it, and it was just like one chapter ago. I'm just saying, who was reminding them? Who was telling the Israelites them? Child, I know, Lord, Dad. I was just saying, who was reminding them that because child, this is the uno momento, that this is a lot of instructions. Who was keeping up with this? Was they telling the people them every day? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The priest must follow my instructions carefully, otherwise they will be punished for their sin and will die for violating my instructions. I am the Lord who makes them holy. No one outside a priest's family may eat the sacred offerings. Even guests and hired workers in a priest's home are not allowed to eat them. However, if the priest buys a slave for himself, the slave may eat from the sacred offerings. And if his slaves have children, they also may share his food. If a priest's daughter marries someone outside the priestly family, she may no longer eat the sacred offerings. But if she becomes a widow or is divorced and has no children to support her, and she returns to live in her father's home as in her youth, she may not eat her father's food again. Otherwise, no one outside a priest's family may eat the sacred offerings. Any such person who eats the sacred offerings without realizing it must pay the priest for the amount eaten plus an additional 20% inflation and interest. Okay. Um, and must not let the Israelites defile the sacred offerings brought to the Lord by allowing unauthorized people to eat them. This would bring guilt upon them and require them to pay compensation. I am the Lord who makes them holy. OMG, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to keep up. Okay. Worthy and unworthy offerings. And the Lord said to Moses, give Aaron and his sons and all the Israelites these instructions, which apply both to native Israelites and to the foreigners living among you. If you present a gift as a burnt offering to the Lord, whether it is to fulfill a vow or is a voluntary offering, you will be accepted only if your offering is a male with no defects. It may be a bull, a ram, or a male goat. Do not present an animal with defects because the Lord will not accept it on your behalf. If you present a peace offering to the Lord from the herd of the flock, whether it is to fulfill a vow or is a voluntary offering, you must offer a perfect animal, just like Jesus, right? It may have no defect of any kind. You must not offer an animal that is blind, crippled, or injured, or that has a wart, a skin sore, or scabs. Such animals must never be offered on the altar as a special gift to the Lord. If a bull or lamb has a leg that is too long or too short, my bad, or too short, it may be offered as a voluntary offering, but it may not be offering to fulfill a vow. If an animal has damaged testicles or is castrated, you may not offer it to the Lord. You must never do this in your own land. Wait. And you must not accept such an animal from foreigners and then offer it as a sacrifice to your God. Such animals will not be accepted on your behalf, for they are mutilated or defective. Pause. Question. Why they would be mutilating the animals now? Why they be cutting off their credentials? Is it a reason for that, child? I don't know. This too much. Okay, I'm back. And why you gonna give that one away? Why they cut people, the little animals' credentials off? Do they still do that? OMG. And the Lord said to Moses, when a calf or a lamb or a goat is born, it must be left with its mother for 7 days. From the 8th day on, it will be acceptable as a special gift to the Lord, but you must not slaughter a mother animal and her offspring on the same day, whether from the herd or the flock. When you bring a Thanksgiving offering to the Lord, sacrifice it properly so you will be accepted. Eat the sacrificial animal on the day it is presented. Do not leave any of it until the next morning. I am the Lord. You must faithfully keep all my commands by putting them into practice, for I am the Lord. Do not bring shame on my holy name, for I will display my holiness among the people of Israel. I am the Lord who makes you holy. It was I who rescued you from the land of Egypt, that I might be your God. I am the Lord. Okay, so chapter 23, we finished start on chapter 23. It's not that long. And it starts talking about celebration. And it is long. I took it back. Child, y'all was some celebrating little people, wasn't it? They finna have 3 different kinds of, let's see, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Child, they were partying. Y'all was in the club. Oh no. That's what it sounded like in the spirit. That's what it looked like. Y'all was partying. Excuse me, spirit them, ancestors them, Israelites them. It looked like y'all was partying, child. We we gonna have a festival for Passover, the celebration of the first harvest, the festival of harvest, the festival of trumpets, the Day of Atonement. Oh, y'all was part. The festival of shelters. Oh, y'all was partying. Don't act like y'all wouldn't. Y'all was 50 Cent. Go, 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 Shawty. Okay, I'm back. The appointed festivals. Let's see, cause y'all had some good wine too, didn't it? I'm just saying, y'all know y'all was back there turned up on the new wine. Just saying, you was turned up on the new wine. The Lord said to Moses, Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. These are the Lord's appointed festivals. Somebody keep count, because they was y'all was cat y'all was turned up. Y'all was in the club. You had your people with you, the hottest people in the city, and you kept them with you. Don't look like y'all was ever solo with you. Okay. The Lord's appointed festivals, which you are to proclaim as official days for holy assembly. So y'all was partying. This sound like Fat Tuesday. this sound like Fat Tuesday. Y'all whole city be shut down. The kids ain't going to school. They get the whole week out of school for fat. No, they don't. It's the whole week they get out. Child, they didn't threw in some extra holidays. They be the whole week. Well, this is in Mobile anyway. They was out of school the whole week. They didn't celebrated President's Day, Ash Wednesday, Skinny Monday, Fat Tuesday. They had the whole plus Trinity Gardens. Yeah. Plus, we had TG on that Saturday coming up. We was out of school for that too. I don't think the little children went to school that whole week. They gave the little children the whole week out of school, y'all. We was partying. Just telling you, if you ain't never went to Mardi Gras in Mobile, Alabama, you should probably check that out. I haven't been. I know. Even when I was still living there, I wasn't going no more, was it? I know it. Child, I ain't been to a Fat Tuesday in 50 years. Even when I was still there. Anyway, but Skinny Monday. Oh, I was turned up in that thing. Cause y'all ain't never been in this. Y'all don't know. Child, if you ain't never just went to the Mardi Gras, and I ain't talking about New Orleans Mardi Gras. We do things different in Mobile, child. Look, y'all, I don't think I done had an oatmeal cream pie since the last time I went to the MLK parade. Child, they be throwing whole boxes. They be throwing whole boxes, y'all, off the floats. Anyway, I'm back. That's the kind of party it sounds like they was doing up in here. Okay. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the seventh day is Sabbath day, a day of complete rest, an official day for holy assembly. It is the Lord's Sabbath day, and it must be observed wherever you live. In addition to the Sabbath, these are the Lord's appointed festivals, the official days for holy assembly that are to be celebrated at their proper times each year. Okay. Passover and the festival of unleavened bread. The Lord's Passover begins at sundown on the 14th day of the first month. On the next day, the 15th day of the month, you must begin celebrating the festival of unleavened bread. This festival to the Lord continues for 7 days. I'm telling y'all, this Mardi Gras. And during that time, the bread you eat must be made without yeast. On the first day of the festival, all the people must stop their ordinary work and observe an official day for holy assembly. For 7 days, you must present special gifts to the Lord. On the seventh day, the people must again stop all their ordinary work to observe an official day for holy assembly. Child, they was turned up. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, y'all. I don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm back. These are rest days and celebration days, celebration of first harvest. Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you enter the land I am giving you and you harvest its first crops, bring the priest a bundle of grain from the first cutting of your grain harvest. On the day after the Sabbath, the priest will lift it up before the Lord so it may be accepted on your behalf. On that same day, you must sacrifice a 1-year-old lamb with no defects as a burnt offering to the Lord. With it, you must present a grain offering consisting of 4 quarts of choice flour moistened with olive oil. It will be a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. You must also offer 1 quart of wine as a liquid offering. Didn't I just tell y'all they had that? Y'all, I knew y'all had the good wine. I was just look, and I ain't the red fist. I told y'all was up there getting turned up. Y'all was all the way turned up y'all was. Daddy said y'all could have. He meant y'all could have some fun. That's why he be telling us we need to have some fun. They had and they not the old wine, the new wine, the good wine. I'm just saying. You must also offer 1 quart of wine. Daddy, you wouldn't. Uno momento, Daddy, you. You, how you was gonna drink it? Why you? I mean, I'm sure I know you. So y'all, I'm sure y'all do got wine up there in the spirituals. Y'all got like what? What you would call spiritual wine? I don't know, child. Do not eat any bread or roasted grain or fresh kernels on that day until you bring this offering to your God. This is a permanent law for you, and it must be observed from generation to generation wherever you live. I'm telling you, they is turned up. From the day after the Sabbath, the day you bring the bundle of grain to be lifted up as a special offering, count off 7 full weeks. Keep counting until the day after the 7th Sabbath, 50 days later. Then present an offering of new grain to the Lord. Child, I didn't know Leviticus had mathematicals. I did not know that. From wherever you live, bring 2 loaves of bread to be lifted up before the Lord as a special offering. Make these loaves from 4 quarts of choice flour and bake them with yeast. They will be an offering to the Lord from the first of your crops. Along with the bread, present 7 one-year-old male lambs with no defects, 1 bull and 2 rams as a burnt offering to the Lord. These burnt offerings, together with the grain offerings and liquid offerings, will be a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Then you must offer 1 male goat as a sin offering and 2 one-year-old male lambs as a peace offering. The priest will lift up the 2 lambs as a special offering to the Lord, together with the loaves representing the first of your crops. These offerings, which are holy to the Lord, belong to the priest. That same day will be proclaimed an official day for holy assembly, a day on which you do no ordinary work. This is a permanent law for you and must be observed from generation to generation wherever you live. When you harvest the crops of your land, do not harvest the grain along the edges of your fields, and do not pick up what the harvesters drop. Leave it for the poor and the foreigners living among you. I am the Lord your God. Pause. Now, I did some research on this. Come on, 2222. I did some research on this. And one of the things that it was talking about, the reason, because this also speaks of like tithing, right? Crazy thing is, I literally just heard this last night as well, but I had already heard about this before. Good morning, Jamila. I had already heard about this before, that, and it's in reference to tithing, right? So when I was doing research, not Tesla, when I was doing my research on Leviticus, tithing, this was actually considered them paying tithes. It changed along the way to giving 10%, but the tithing, the 10% that was left over, is what this is speaking to. The 10% was the crops that were unharvested, so that the people, the poor people who didn't have their own vineyards, and we might have talked about this before, the poor people who didn't have their own vineyards or their own fields, the people who, and the foreigners and the people who didn't have as much, they were still able to come and harvest, right? From what was left over. So they weren't like getting, of course, with anything that we do, right? Good morning, Christina. With anything that we do, right? We would keep the best of what's ours, but then you still left something, because it wasn't like these were shabby offerings, but this allowed everyone to have some. This allowed everyone to benefit, which is, of course, something I feel like we should still be doing now, right? We should still, it's like, don't be greedy. Be willing to share what you have with more. Keep what you need for yourself, but don't be afraid to help support those who are in need, who don't have the resources, the ability to they don't have the same fields that you have, right? So you want to leave some to allow them to also be able to partake in the harvest. And so that made sure that everyone was accounted for. And I think that when I read it and I did the research that way, I was like, man, that's just a great way to think about things, instead of like, you keep 90% of what what you've grown, but it also gives you the opportunity to help others with what it is that you've grown, and they get to come and they get to choose, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like what they're getting is raggedy. Like this is a great portion of what you've grown, and everybody benefits from it, right? That's how we can all, and that's like in a community. So that's everyone in the community working together to take care of everyone. Okay. The festival of trumpets, the festival of trumpets. The Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel on the first day of the appointed month in early autumn. You are to observe a day of complete rest. It will be an official day for Holy Assembly, a day commemorated with loud blasts of a trumpet. You must do no ordinary work on that day. Instead, you are to present a special gift to the Lord. Daddy, you was giving some rest days, wasn't it? This sounds like holidays when we be off work, okay? Or when I did celebrate holidays. The Day of Atonement. Then the Lord said to Moses, be careful to celebrate the Day of Atonement on the 10th day of that same month, 9 days after the Festival of Trumpets. You must observe it as an official day for Holy Assembly, a day to deny yourselves and present special gifts to the Lord. Okay, do not, I know, child, I was having trouble. Do not work during the entire day, because it is the Day of Atonement, when offerings of purification are made for you, making you right with the Lord your God. All who do not deny themselves that day will be cut off from God's people, and I will destroy anyone among you who does any work on that day. Daddy, you must not do any work at all. This is a permanent law for you, and it must be observed from generation to generation wherever you live. This will be a Sabbath day of complete rest for you, and on that day you must deny yourselves. This day of rest will begin at sundown on the 9th day of the month and extend until sound is sundown. Like that. He said, you're going to take this rest. And he meant that in him spirituals. You did. You was finna, child, you were finna kill people in them. Let's just say we're gonna read it at the end. The Festival of Shelters. This sounds like a whole week of just partying and rest. We receive it. Vacation. I need a vacation. And the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. Begin celebrating the Festival of Shelters on the 15th day of the appointed month, 5 days after the Day of Atonement. This festival to the Lord will last for 7 days. On the first day of the festival, you must proclaim an official day for Holy Assembly, when you do no ordinary work. For 7 days, you must present special gifts to the Lord. The 8th day is another day, another holy day, on which you present your special gifts to the Lord. This will be a solemn occasion, and no ordinary work may be done that day. These are the Lord's appointed festivals. Celebrate them each year as official days for Holy Assembly by presenting special gifts to the Lord, burnt offerings, grain offerings, sacrifices, and liquid offerings, each on its proper day. These festivals must be observed in addition to the Lord's regular Sabbath days. And the offerings are in addition to your personal gifts, the offerings you give to fulfill your vows, and the voluntary offerings you present to the Lord. Well, what's this? I'm confused. Message. Remember that this 7-day festival to the Lord, the Festival of Shelters, begins on the 15th day of the appointed month after you have harvested all the produce of the land. The first day and the 8th day of the festival will be days of complete rest. On the first day, gather branches from magnificent trees. Okay. Palm fronds, boughs from leafy trees, and willows that grow by the streams. Why y'all just started saying islands in the streams? That is what we are. Okay, I'm back. I don't know. Why did that come through? I don't know. Anyway. Then celebrate with joy before the Lord your God for 7 days. You must observe this festival to the Lord for 7 days every year. This is a permanent law for you, and it must be observed in the appointed month from generation to generation. For 7 days, you must live outside in little shelters All native-born Israelites must live in shelters. This will remind each new generation of Israelites that I made their ancestors live in shelters when I rescued them from the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. So Moses gave the Israelites these instructions regarding the annual festivals of the Lord. The end. Y'all, this literally said, Dad, thank you. We receive it. It sounds like y'all just had a whole bunch of days where the Lord said, don't, I said not don't do nothing. I said don't do nothing today. And I meant that. And if you do, I'm gonna cut y'all from the community. I'm gonna take you out. And baby, I receive it. I receive it because we don't take enough days to rest, y'all. And that's why it's so important on this to make sure you get some rest. Now back in the gap, sound like Dad would he gonna take you out. Okay, he was gonna take you out if you did not take your rest days. But we thank you, Lord, for days of rest and relaxation and stuff. We gonna make sure that we are balancing work and life, like work-life balance. Okay. So that is it, y'all. That is it. Make sure that you're going back and read. If you want to reread it, I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. I'm probably gonna listen to something on a podcast. I know, well, Dad, I had already said I probably wasn't coming back to the book of Leviticus because, I mean, it's cool and everything. I understand that you had told them to build the little tent, so it was like a little, like the little tents they was living in was better than the tents that they was regularly living in. So it was like their own little personal Eden. Okay, so I received that, but I was just being honest and saying like you're gonna have to give real instructions for me to come back to the book of Leviticus and probably Numbers too. Well, I was just putting it out there. Maybe some other folks ain't gonna say it, but you know my heart. I probably ain't come back to Leviticus. Anyway, y'all like the live, share the love. Let's get a message from Spirit Nim. I tell you what, even though it be like we talk about it being boring or whatever, this is the first time that I've read the book of Leviticus because most people won't read all the way through Leviticus, but because we committed, come on, 7533, because we're committed to what the Lord has instructed us to do, we almost through it, y'all. We're actually almost in the book of Numbers. So I'm excited because baby Leviticus been Charlie was trying to take us out. I'm just saying, y'all ready? What y'all want to talk about today, child? What is this message that we finna get from Spirit Nim? Yeah, child, I seen y'all. I sure did. What y'all want to talk about today? Hey, girl, you was cuteness. Child, I seen you. You had that little white dress on. Remember, I was sitting over here the other day and I told you to put it on. And you sure did. You put that purple one on too. It was cute. You was cuteness. I don't think it's gonna be hot today though. That's why you had to put the white dress on. I don't even know, child. I ain't looked at the temperature. Anyway, I'm back. Oh, let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's see what's going on. Let's pray and see what Spirit didn't want to talk about today. Bars, Father God, give me the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to do the things you put me here to do in a way that pleases you and serves the people you put me here to serve. Archangel Michael, bless, protect, and shield me, my family, my children, my community, and their families from all negativity, negative energy, low vibrational energy, sent intentionally or unintentionally from those known and unknown. Archangel Gabriel, remove me and allow me to be a clear and open channel and messenger of love, light, and healing energy for all who need to receive it today. Archangel Uriel, put me in the divine flow and in divine alignment with truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, insight, knowledge, and understanding from the Most High God. Archangel Raphael, open our hearts, our eyes, our ears, and our minds to the truth, clarity, wisdom, and guidance of our Father God who art in heaven. May I only speak the words to God's people that elevate, empower, uplift, and encourage them every day and in every way. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. What y'all said? Only do it. Let's see what's happening. What kind of control? We have the North Node that just showed up at the bottom of the deck. Like out of control? Mm. Yeah, no matter what you do, there's always gonna, it's like there's always gonna be someone at the gate. They're talking about gatekeepers. So I don't know what industries that you work in. Hey girl, hey, I don't know what industries that you work in. Some of you North Node, um, as we're getting ready to talk about the North Node, whatever you're doing, there's sometimes there's always going to be someone that maybe you have to go through. But for some of you, I also feel like you're bypassing gatekeepers, because the thing about it is the Lord is the gate. And so if he wants to put you in a place, there's no one who can stop you from going to the place that the Lord has instructed you to go. And so for some of you, you may be bypassing some gatekeepers or some people message, or some people who feel like, you know what I'm saying, they have more authority than what they have. I don't know. This ain't everybody's message, but take how it resonates with your spirituals. It's almost like the Lord is getting ready to tear down some structures, some obstacles, and some things that have been holding you back, or people who've been holding you back, or shackles that have been holding you back or holding you down, because he said enough is enough. He was talking to me yesterday, believe it or not, y'all. He led me in scripture. What was I reading yesterday where he was talking about like, as we're moving into new cycles and seasons, how he's putting you in the position that you need to be in, because some people, just true story, some people are being removed and some people are being elevated. I can't even remember where I was yesterday. I read so much of the Bible yesterday where it was talking about the last will be first. And so what they're showing me on this is like, as long as you're doing what the Lord has asked you to do, the last will be first. I think it was talking about like a person who had a vineyard, this farmer, someone who had a vineyard, and then he went and hired some people, but then it was some people who were mad. Like, he hired them and they went and worked all day to pick grapes, I think, and then he ended up hiring some other folks like later on in the day, but he paid everybody the same wages. And the people who came first were mad because, I don't even remember where this was in the word, but the people who came first had been there all day were mad because the people who came last were paid the same amount, and they thought they should have been paid more because they were there longer. And so anyway, I don't know. I don't know exactly where it's talking about. I can't remember. I read it yesterday. um but it at the end of it, I had never read it before, and it was talking about the last will be first. So anyway, that's somebody's message. So North Node coming in, which I said, North Star, life purpose, journey, karmic destiny, learning period, the challenge, fulfillment, and fruition. Okay, your North Node. If you don't know, oh my gosh, I can't even tell y'all yet. I will in a minute though. But your North Node is your purpose. It's what you're supposed to be moving towards. It's what you're destined to do. Come on, trio. What it is that you are supposed to be living out in this lifetime, in this incarnation. What it is that is going to, like, your ultimate fulfillment. So some of you are finding your purpose, and you can always look up and see where your North Node is. Your North Node, you have a North Node, you have a South Node. They're opposite of each other. So if you don't know what it is, I would definitely suggest looking up your birth chart to see exactly where your North Node is. Example, I'm a Leo North Node. I'm also a Leo Sun, but my North Node is in Leo as well. And so my South Node would then be in Aquarius. So look up and see if you're still struggling with your purpose. Find out what your North Node is, and it will give you an idea of what you want to be working towards, like what you're meant to do, what you're meant to fulfill. It's not going to give you all the answers, but it can definitely put you in alignment and put you on track with where you're trying to go, where you're trying to grow in this lifetime. Okay, so for me, Leo, it's all about being very heart-centered. It's also about, not, because Aquarius energy is like groupthink. It's like you going with the crowd, whereas Leo is all about leadership. It's about truly stepping, like not being afraid to shine, not being afraid to put yourself out there. Message, a lot of us, like for me, that's why I used to think that I needed to be a part of a group in order to be fulfilled or to be happy. But in this lifetime, it's not about me being a part of a group. It's about me stepping up and being in a position of leadership, not afraid of being in the lead, not afraid of putting myself out there, not afraid to show up and shine. Some pertinent people, I think, on the research that I've done, I want to say like Barack Obama. Shout out President Obama. Barack Obama is a Leo North Node. I think Beyonce is a Leo North Node. So you can do the research, you can find it out, and it'll help you it'll give you an idea of what it is that you're destined to do. And the other thing, one of my main purposes and goals in this lifetime is to have fun, because in previous lifetimes I've always been very serious. It's like Aquarius energy is humanitarian energy and wanting to save the world kind of energy, versus learning how to be selfish, right? And so one of the goals for, like, if you're a Leo North Node in particular, is learning how to be selfish and focus on yourself versus feeling like you got to, not that you're not going to do things. And this is something the Lord is still working on me about, y'all. Not that you're afraid not that you don't want to do things to help people, but I've had to learn, and I'm still learning how to be selfish, y'all. Selfish with myself, my time, time, effort, and energy. So look up your North Node. Look at and see, and that can give you an idea as well. Okay, it's your North Star, it's your life purpose. What else? Or let's do it having fun. Okay, come on, Gemini energy coming through next. There's very specific reason that I'm using these cards, y'all. So Gemini energy, which happens to be my rising sign. I'm a Gemini rising in Venus. Adaptable, informative, connected, communicative. When you know the placements that you have in your chart, y'all, it will tell you a lot about yourself. I'm going to suggest again before April, make sure that you this, like, your signs in your chart can really tell you, like in the house placements, everything can really tell you a lot about yourself. Okay, Gemini energy, the twins, it's very communicative. So some of you, your destiny, like it can tell you about your destiny, your rising sign. That's how you show up to the world, how people perceive you, not the source of who you are. That's your sun sign. But your rising sign is all about how you present yourself to the world. Okay, talkative, superficial, restless. I'm a Gemini rising, right? So that is how people see me: talkative, communicative, be able to articulate well, depending on where it's placed in your chart as well. It can give you a lot of information, so you have to learn about your chart. Okay, I'm gonna be helping y'all though. Restless, love, variety, curious. I feel like some of you are getting more curious about exploring new avenues, doing new things. And for some of us, I feel like because look, there's a compass here, the puzzle here. So I feel like you're being pointed in the direction of ultimately your happiness. Because what? Period. What y'all said? For some of y'all, for somebody, child, the Lord is trying to get you to embrace the parts of you that make you unique and different. Okay, like it's almost like they just said alter ego on this Gemini card. Like it's like an alter ego, right? Like, and this is sometimes how I feel about. Okay, period. Well, thank y'all. Didn't have to do that. It's like me when I talk about Toya versus Touche. Toya and Touche, two completely different people. Toya, baby, she leave her where she at. Okay, that's who I spent the first part of my life being, right? Toya was the nurse. Toya was toxic. Okay, she she likes to drink and party. Well, she did, right? She don't really get to do all of that anymore, but you have to know yourself. Okay, you have to know yourself. So and my life as Toya before the Lord changed me made me into Touche, right? That's like my twin energy, right? So all of us have that part of yourself, and somebody, it's almost like you're north. In order to truly walk in your purpose and live your purpose, you got to own and accept all the parts of yourself. That's what they just said on this Gemini card, child. Because look, you can't, don't beat yourself up for the things that, you know what I'm saying. The Lord knows that we have a dark side. There's always an opposite. Light and dark, there's always an opposite. So just know that you're gonna have to embrace every part of yourself in order to truly know yourself. Okay, I reference birth charts all the time. I use it to help. Yeah, child. And yeah, I mean, they're extremely helpful. I know my chart. And I tell y'all know I'm very much into astrology, stuff like that. So just saying, stay tuned. Stay tuned. What else? Yes, because what? And we got the earth element. That's funny. Capricorn in Taurus, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, stability, the physical world, nature, practicality, solid foundations, be patient, rooted, and grounded. Okay, so that's crazy. Not particularly. What y'all said? One more. Remember, I was just talking about being comfortable, being like knowing who you are. That's what they talking about on this reading, child. Some of y'all are becoming more comfortable with your life purpose and what it is that you, period. Come on, second house, we receive it. Material possessions. So whose money getting more stable? Income, value, security, your attitude towards your possessions. Y'all know we don't worship money, but money is a great tool. It helps us to have the things that we want, deserve, and desire. So ain't nothing wrong with you wanting nice things. I'm say it again. The Lord don't want us out here wanting shacks. Okay, like He does. That's not the what He wants us to. We don't nobody desire to live in a tent. Okay, let's just keep it a buckles. Ain't nobody saying, Lord, let me bless, thank you for this tent, instead of saying bless me with this house. Like, no one's doing that, and the Lord wouldn't expect us to, because that's not even what we do anymore. So just know that somebody, I don't know, maybe you're getting more, your finances are getting more stable. For some of y'all, you could be praying more about your finances, your resources. But it's almost like the way your resources are going to improve is by following your North Star and not being afraid of what anybody gonna say, what they're gonna think, how they gonna feel. That ain't even their business, because they can't spend your money. They can't square up your, like when you got to go talk to Padre God at the pearly gates, child, that's you and him. Okay, gonna square some things up. So that's how we begin to create more resources and more stability, is by following our North Star, asking the Lord. That's when we say, like, what's my purpose, Lord? Put me in alignment with the steps that I need in order to walk into my purpose. Okay. Not the witch within. The witch within says, connecting with your inner witch, amplifying your energy, manifestation, rituals. Okay. Crazy thing. When we just talking about witches, witchcraft, stuff like that in Leviticus. And I already told y'all when we read back in the whatever chapter it was, child, they was tying chickens and birds to a stick and sprinkling blood, dipping the little animals in blood, and I'm just saying, rituals. Now I don't care what nobody do, because that ain't my business. I can't tell nobody what kind of rituals to perform or not to perform. That is not for me to do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So whatever you need to do in order to manifest, connect with God, whether it's prayer is a ritual, y'all, whether you look at it that way or not. If you're praying every day and that's something that you're doing consistently, that is a ritual that you are performing in order to communicate with the Most High God. Like, so people, sometimes we can have a skewed opinion of what a ritual is, but if there's anything that you perform consistently, whether it's getting up and drinking coffee, you have a morning ritual. Guess what? You get up, you drink coffee. Some people read the newspaper. Y'all, I come on here. Part of my morning ritual, I come on here, I tap in with Spirit and them, I give y'all some messages from the Lord, and then you go on about your day. So all of us have certain rituals that we do. So some of us, we may be switching up some of our rituals as well. Amplifying your energy. What y'all said? Some of y'all, with this new moon in Pisces that's coming up, I don't know what day it is, I'm gonna have to look it up. With this new moon in Pisces that's coming up, you may be feeling very spiritually aware. They wanted me to point that out. So there may be increased connectivity that is happening, like your energy being amplified. So pay attention. Okay, pay attention. What else? That's why y'all wanted me to get these cards. Come on, invention. Look, I forgot, y'all. I got to readjust. You got invention that's coming in next. This says great power of thinking and reasoning, period. creativity and great ideas, finding the answers. So a lot of us are in that stage where we are receiving the answers, especially in regards to life purpose with this North Node that's coming out. I feel like it's about just doing what feels best for you. One of the things that they talked to me yesterday about imposter syndrome, right? And then what's crazy, I kid y'all not, like the Lord will talk to me about something and then I'll end up seeing something about it. And so the thing about it is I think we're in a season where we're no longer, how I say that, y'all? You're not pretending. You're not pretending to be something that you're not. It's simply you're not doing things to, it's like we ain't doing nothing to try to fit in society anymore. Example, yep, I'm gonna keep on coming on here and doing the word in the wilderness, and we gonna read this Bible, and then we gonna pull these cards, and it's not caring what people are going to say, how they feel. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. If people don't like it, you ain't got to tune in, you ain't got to listen, you ain't got to watch. So because this is me walking in my purpose, this is me. If the Lord ain't said I'm doing anything wrong, then guess what? I'm not, can't nobody else tell me I'm doing anything wrong. One of the biggest things he keeps telling me, y'all, and even as I've been having my own conversations with the Lord, is if you're not being true to you, then you're not doing it right, because he's already told you or told us what to do. But if we're not being true to ourselves, then we're already being disobedient to what he's asked us to do. So when you start becoming true with yourself, that's when things like, it's like you're not doing nothing. We're not going against anything that the Lord has said. Again, remember, there's so many texts, there's so many books, there's so many things that we have that are a reference point, the Bible included, right? So it's all about us doing the thing instead of trying to fit in, instead of trying to adjust, instead of trying to be politically correct, if you will, to try to make people accept what you're saying. Listen, the right people gonna accept it, the right people gonna understand. And for those who don't, then the message ain't for you. This my business ain't for you, whatever it is. So the Lord is putting us in alignment with that type of purpose. Like, no, be authentic and true to you. So a lot of us, myself included, because I'm always going to include me when it's necessary, right? Like we go through those stages where you feel like you've been, and that's what we mean by diminishing your light, by playing small, by, you know what I'm saying, you not doing what feels natural to you. It would be like me not talking about astrology when I'm giving readings, or me not talking to spirit them when I'm giving messages. Well, who do my messages come from? That's where they've always come from. And then when the Lord wants to say something, he comes in and interjects when he wants to say something very specific. So it's about you being true to yourself, right? Being true to and authentic to you, and you ain't gotta fit in with anybody else. And that's just that on that. So come on, 69, not that kind. Get your mind out the gutter. Because ultimately, you're not gonna be happy, right? If you're not being authentic. Thank you for sharing. That is you shining in your authentic light, period, right? Like that would be crazy for me if, and that's something, y'all, I kid you not, right? Even me, completely honest, I tell y'all all the time, man, I don't know everything. Come on, 6222. I don't know everything, but I know when I'm not happy with what I'm doing, or if I'm not feeling, it's like, oh, I'm not feeling it, y'all. Like, what's happening? Why don't I feel good about what I'm doing? Or, and then they'll see me, they'll be like, okay, are you showing up and being you unapologetically and authentically? And if I'm not, then I'm like, oh, okay, that's the problem. That's why I feel some type of way. Try to correct it. What y'all said. Period. We have Starseed that is coming in next. Old soul with deep spiritual wisdom, here to evolve spiritually, important mission in life. Okay. Hey, Chris Curls Nim. Hey, dearest one. I emailed you. Okay. So this is about walking in your purpose, child, your mission, whatever your mission is. They just said, should you choose to accept it? What's that? It is not mission impossible. It feels like sometimes. What is it? Child, your spiritual wisdom is what's going to help you to grow, create, and really become the best version of yourself. And for a lot of this is about building our resources, because that's the thing that we have the most trouble with. I told y'all I had to talk to myself about it last night and this morning as well, because last night was a difficult night. I'm so grateful. Come on, God. I'm so grateful, y'all, that I'm not ashamed to come on here and tell y'all, like, last night was not a good night for me, y'all. It really was not, because something that I was expecting to come in didn't come in. So it was one of those fasting nights where it's just like, man, okay, so you know what I'm saying? So last night wasn't a good night. And I was just like, well, Lord, I know if it don't show up today, then I know you still gonna be a blessing. And so even this morning I woke up and it was a little challenging, y'all, because this morning I woke up and I was like, Daddy, I'm tired. I was like, and it's not. And I look back at myself about a year ago, because tomorrow makes exactly a year that I've been on this particular leg of the journey. Tomorrow, when at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, me and my son left San Diego, and we went to Dallas. And so I had a few more things in here than what I have now, but just thinking like, man, this has been a year of my homeless journey, right? It's like I've literally been homeless now for a year. And so when I woke up this morning, I was like, well, Lord, I was like, I can't believe I'm still here. Kind of had a moment where, I cried a little bit, and I was like, Daddy, I can't believe I'm still here. And I started thinking about the difference between then and now. This time last year, I hadn't created the message oracle cards. I didn't have Spirit Name merch available. I didn't have TU or the TU tumblers. Like, I didn't have any of those things done. And so, but at the same time, you have those moments where you're like, man, I feel like I should be further along than I am. Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year since I've been homeless, y'all. And I had a moment, and it kind of hit me that I was like, gosh, man. And so I told the Lord, and one of the things I'd be like, Dad, I don't want nothing spectacular. I just want you to bless the work of my hands, right? Bless the work that you've allowed me to do, bless my businesses that you've helped me to create. Whereas last year I was sitting and waiting on the Lord to do something, y'all, just out of nowhere. And I didn't have any of this stuff established. I didn't have any of these things. I didn't have merch going. I didn't have my cards. I didn't have the tumblers. I didn't have TU. I didn't have any of this. And so I was just like, but so he kind of, he got me in my spirituals a little bit, and he had me reading the book of Joshua this morning. And he was like, and he also gave me a message. It's like, don't beat yourself up for come on, God, where you are in your season. You're exactly where you need to be, wherever you are in your season. And yes, it's hard because we want to be further along than where we are. We want to see the rewards and the results, but when it is your time, that is when the Lord is going to bless those things. And so he talked to me about that this morning. So I'm passing that message on to y'all. Because I said it to him. I was like, Dad, I can't believe it's been a year, and I feel like because I said I hadn't made any progress. And so that's when he was like, no, look at what you've done come on, God, look at what you've done in this year. The cards I had been sitting on for 2 years now is crazy. I told my sister the other day, she was like, oh man, you have your own cards now. So I told y'all, like, my family doesn't watch what I do, and so they don't know any of the things that I have going on. And so when I sent one of the decks to my sister, and so she was like, oh wow, you have your own cards now. And I was like, yeah, I got 8 decks now. I have 8 volumes of my message, ClariTEA Tarot and Oracle cards. And so it took me back for a second, because I was like, dang, I got 8, and I'm literally getting started on number 9. And so when you look at where you are now, and I say this to y'all, hey girl, hey, like, you're not where you were a year ago, right? even though sometimes it can feel like it, we're not where we were a year ago. We've advanced, we've evolved, we have moved closer towards we're working to on our vision, right? And we're always receiving guidance, we're always receiving wisdom. So don't look and think that you're exactly where you were, because you're not, because you've accomplished so much in this last year. And sometimes we don't give ourselves credit for that message, right? And God had to sit me down and say that this morning. And as I was having my own talks with him, it's just like, I'm telling y'all, I remember sitting last year and being like, Lord, bless me, right? But I wasn't doing anything. I was not taking action. I was praying, but I had none of this stuff done. I had none of this had evolved to the point where it is now. So just know that, okay? Message, just know that. So what's next? What y'all said? Yeah, child. They had to come in and give me a word. They did. Not the celebration card, y'all, on the cut. And we just got done talking about all the celebrations in Leviticus. Come on, celebration. There will be a celebration in relation to your work. Okay. Wait, as you see more success, don't use that as an excuse to stop having fun. You're burned out from work, add a little fun. So just like we just saw with the Israelites, like the Lord said, go do some work. I mean, go have some fun. And the Lord be trying to tell me that, but I'm be honest, y'all, I don't even know what I like to do for fun anymore, because it's been so long since I really have I've been so focused on just building and reestablishing myself and trying to get myself back, like lift myself back up and put myself in a better position, that I really don't. So I'm not going to sit here. I'll tell you to have some fun, but I'm one to honestly say, like, child, I don't really know what fun is, because it's been so very long. I think the last thing I did was like went to a comedy club or something like that. But just saying, if you can have some fun, if you know that there's something that you like to do, make sure you do that. Okay. Make sure that you're taking some downtime and just enjoying life. I was listening to a podcast last night, y'all, and I promise you, I listened to the whole, it was almost 4 hours. It was like Joe Rogan and Cat Williams. Shout out Cat Williams. I'm putting him on my vision board. So tell y'all, I'm putting him on he's on my vision board. And so, I was listening to them, and they were just talking about, like, living now, because y'all know we're going to be repeating some stuff. If we don't get it right this time, we got to come back and do it again. Okay. We won't remember it, but we'll get another chance to try to get it right. Whatever you believe, whether you believe or you don't, energy never dies. So we'll be back. Okay, we'll be back in a whole different way, because energy never dies. Every time someone's born, and every time, just saying, whatever you believe. It's like, try to get it right now. Okay, try to get it right now. What else? We have solitude that is coming up next. This card comes out a lot. Retreating into your private world to find answers. This is 2 cards about answers, finding the answers. So some of you, this might be going within, because this invention card talks about finding answers as well. The answers are going to come from the inside. Okay. The answers are going to come from the inside. Creativity, great ideas, not taking enough. Achieving great things will be hard and come with some lonely episodes, period. I just told y'all about that. So a lot of your building, you're going to do alone. Like, you're going to spend some time by yourself. So you got to learn how to celebrate yourself. Okay. Just saying, as you're moving towards your life purpose, as you're moving towards your mission, it was hot. I needed some earth. Okay. You're gonna have some lonely periods, y'all. I'll never tell you that it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows as you're moving towards your life purpose, especially when you're doing things the way that the Lord wants you to do them and how he's orchestrating things. So just know that. Okay. But it's important, because those times allow you to connect with the Lord as well, to make sure that you're still in alignment, to make sure that you're still moving in the right direction as well. So don't knock those times when you're by yourself. Okay. Spend that time, connect with the Lord, go within, listen to yourself. I think we should be doing that every day as well. Not spell work. Okay. What else? What I said? Voice, voice, voice. And then the surprise at the bottom of the deck. Using your voice could be, when I just talking about a podcast, using your voice could be very lucrative for you. Singer, radio host, voice actor, or any job in communications. The only thing holding you back is your inability to speak your truth. Child, you better speak up. We talked about this ritual prayer, like prayer as a ritual, surprise, unreliable, undecided, designer. Speak up, speak your truth. What you like, speak those things that are not as if they are. What y'all said? And child, the Lord hears your prayers. He hears every prayer you're praying. He sees every tear you're crying. So don't feel like you're not heard, or don't feel like your angels dim, your spirit dims don't hear what you're saying, don't hear the things that you're praying. They do. They do, and they're delivering them right on to the Lord. So for a lot of us, this is about material possessions, and just restoration. For some people, this could be about like relationships, of course, because of the solitude that's out here. You do get tired of being by yourself sometimes, child. You can't lie to God. He knows what's in your heart. So if you get tired, if you don't want to be by yourself, then say that. Okay, then say that. I told y'all one of my biggest lessons is learning how to be comfortable by myself, learning how to celebrate myself, learning how to be independent, without relying on or depending on anyone else. So just saying. What else? Very. What y'all said? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. What else? Y'all, I can't make it up. Somebody might be having something to celebrate, because we have the celebration and we have party time that came out. So this is a duplicate. Like we literally, so something, there may be something for someone to celebrate coming up really soon. Have some fun, live life to the fullest, enjoy yourself, invitations, relaxation. There may definitely be something to celebrate for some of you coming up really soon. If you get any invitations to go hang out, go, because why not? Why not go relax and have some fun? I don't know, child. It's a lot about celebration, party time, celebration. I don't know. I would go if I was you. Might be fun. Or it's just, again, a nod to say that you need to have some fun. Okay. For some of you, this could also be like, if you, let's say you have a business, or manifestation as well. You could be manifesting like the next step on your life purpose. Something feels like it's going to come to fruition for some of y'all. Whatever this invention is, maybe it's you reinventing yourself. Maybe it's you. This could be business related, second house down here, material possessions, income, stuff like that. Something is getting ready to manifest on something you pray, something you done told the Lord. Some of you, this could be wisdom. Look, and the rings at the bottom of the deck. For some of y'all, this could be a partnership. Okay. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning. This could be a partnership if that's what you've been looking for, waiting on. Like you might be attracting your person, Gemini energy, twin energy. So your person could be coming in if you've been by yourself for a long time. What's the clarity? Okay. What's the clarity? Psychic, witchcraft, tarot, seer, prophet. Like what? Developing. We've been talking about this. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, child. Mm-hmm. Your creativity finna get ready to take you places, and maybe you don't see it, but we got two cards up here talking about like your stability, your income, your resources, your creativity getting ready to take you places. And this is coming up like you could be you could read tarot, you could be a seer, you could be a prophet, something like that. I don't know. Like receiving divine wisdom, insight, guidance. Like the Lord is hearing your prayers. You could be a messenger. Maybe you're stepping into that gift. I don't know. But if you, when you spend this time with the Lord, because what's around you, solitude, invention, and voice. So maybe the Lord is developing you, and I don't know, your prayer life. I don't know. It's something about going within and getting these answers and trusting that guidance and then taking action. Practical steps. Positivity is coming up next. Okay, so this is look coming up. This is up here with this star seed. Motivation, purpose. Another card of purpose, impact, inspiration, affirmations. I don't know. Whatever you're speaking, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, whatever you're praying. Bars. It's changing something. It's changing something within you. It's changing the way that you not only receive information, but also how you give it as well. Some of you are definitely like your voice, what you're doing. You may be inspiring others with what you do. With this voice card that's here, you may be a singer, you may do something, or you may be getting ready to. This could be what the invention is, like you getting ready to step into those gifts, those talents, and using your gifts that way. I don't know, but it's something about your great ideas that you're getting ready, how you're getting ready to use them. There could be a different way that you're getting ready to start using your gifts for some of y'all. Whatever you're getting ready to do is getting ready to make you some, like, it's gonna change your income. Look, I can't make this up at the bottom of the deck. Somebody, that card keep coming up as well. Omens, signs and wonders, believe in the impossible, miracles, OMG. Some of y'all, there's a C. I don't know, y'all. We've been having the Ace of Pentacles. We finna pull some tarot and see, but we've been getting the Ace of Pentacles energy a lot. So it feels like whatever seeds you planted, you just got to keep on. You got to keep on moving towards it, because there's growth. It's gonna start growing. And you think that you ain't gonna have nothing to celebrate, but the Lord is getting ready to come in and show you. And like y'all know, it's all about obedience. And so I don't know, as long as you showing up and being authentic with yourself and doing what he's asked you to do, he's gonna bless the work of your hands, especially if whatever you're doing is serving more than just you. Because that's one of the keys. It's like if it's serving more than just you, yeah, it's going to be helpful, because other people, look, strength card at the bottom of the deck. Wait a minute, I missed it. So many messages over the weekend and signs from everywhere and new. Wait a minute. I put it on. Look. Well, it's too late now. I didn't put it up there. So many signs and messages over the weekend from everywhere and new work projects I am receiving, and believe I am a messenger. You most certainly are. Just saying, we all are in our own way. Y'all, what I'm just talking about the Ace of Pentacles, I was literally just talking about the Ace of Pentacles and it showed up. I'm telling you, whatever this seed is that you're planting, whatever, I don't know, this is coming up with you. It's part of your purpose. North Node, celebration. This is prosperity. This is manifestation. This is you like walking in what it is. Somebody finna get ready to see something. Told y'all, it's all about you. It's consistency and continuing to move forward in spite of the fears, in spite of the hesitations, in spite of feeling like it's perseverance, y'all. You keep putting in the work, you're going to see results. And the Lord is getting ready to give someone a reason to celebrate. Sometimes it feels like you're toiling and you're not making any progress, or like you looking at, and that's why we can't look at other people's journey, other people, what they're going through, because you don't know what it took for them people to get to where they're at. You got to just focus on your own gifts, your own seeds, the harvest that you're trying to bring in. And we just read about all this celebration as well. You just got to focus on what the Lord has called you to do and keep moving forward, keep staying consistent. But somebody finna have, it's something you finna get ready to celebrate something. You've made necessary adjustments whenever the Lord has told you to shift or pivot, move in a new direction. You've done that. So as long as you continuing to follow instructions, he's going to continue to lead and guide you. And yes, it can seem hard sometimes, and you don't always know exactly where you're going, but just stay on the path. Okay, what else? Ooh, Two of Pentacles message. The Two of Pentacles is coming in for you next. This is another card of work-life balance, y'all. I can't make it up. Stability. And we just talked about stability down here on the earth element card. It's literally the first word on this card as well. So for some of you, look, the Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles. This is regain. Oh, thank you, Lord. This is regaining stability. This is like whatever you're doing, whatever this seed is that you're planting, whatever the Lord has told you to do, you've been obedient. You're manifesting. Ace of Pentacles is a card of manifestation as well, y'all. I'm telling you, for some of us, this is restoring stability back into your life, right? This is like, if you've been doing a whole lot, I don't know, this is about your consistency getting ready to pay off. Thank y'all. Some of y'all might have a new business opportunity, a new business partner. I don't know. Not to, I said that in the email. I was like, not having two nickels to rub together, child. Like, I'm trying to tell you, somebody, is your stability is coming back. Okay, your stability is definitely coming back. About what? OMG, y'all, this is stressing me out. The Seven of Swords for the third day in a row. Hey, girl, hey. The Seven of Swords is a card of strategy, but okay, I can't make it up. I just feel like I don't know if there's something that you don't know. Somebody lying. I don't think I've been trying to avoid it, but somebody's lying, man. I can't, if the card keeps coming up, it's because the energy's still present. Somebody lying. Now, I don't know what they're lying about. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Somebody lying. And yeah, but I be trying to, I don't be I know I got to give the messages that y'all tell me to give, but I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want, if there are any liars around you, okay, Lord have mercy. If there are any liars around you, guess what? They coming. Like, you're getting ready to find out and see exactly who these people are. Because yeah, just be mindful of snakes in the grass, okay? Just be mindful of snakes around you. You know what you know, and you ain't crazy, and you've already picked up on the energy. So don't give it too much energy. Just know there's a liar, and they're in your energy because they've come up 3 days in a row. This is someone who's watching you. They're scheming, they're plotting, but just know, I talked about it yesterday. Vengeance is the Lord. You don't have to do anything. Snakes reveal themselves. And so you don't have to say anything like that. It ain't even nothing that you have to worry about. This could be someone else who's also tapped in, but the difference is they're not using their energy for good. They're not using their light. They're walking in their shadow energy. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. But the Lord is going to make you aware. Just so you know, moving on. This could, we're not going to spend any more time there. So just know, and it's all because the Lord he doesn't want the wrong type of people to be around you as you're moving into this new season of your life. Okay. So just be mindful of that. Next. Ooh, the Lovers. Oh my gosh, y'all. I told y'all Gemini energy. So this is also you integrating your light and your shadow, right? We have both. This is the Gemini card, the Lovers. And so this could also be a decision that you're getting ready to make, right? This card talks about stability as well. So some of you, you're realizing you're cutting out the things that are not necessary. With this Seven of Swords, it's all about strategy, cutting out the things that are not necessary, cutting out the relationships that are not meaningful, that have run their course as well. Okay, so some of you, this is like you making a decision just to let go of the things that are not beneficial. If it's not working for you, if it's not beneficial for you, if it's run its course, it's not that, you know what I'm saying, whether it's a job, whether it is an old mindset or way of thinking, whatever it is, just letting go. Look, Six of Swords, letting go and moving on from the things that are just not serving you. Okay, and then what? But that is like a strength for us, right? That's a strength for us to let us know like we're moving in the right direction, because we're willing to look. Enlightenment, two times, and the devil at the bottom of the deck. We realize when things are an unhealthy attachment, so it's actually a strength to be able to let go and release those things, right? Releasing those things that have served their purpose, whether it's a mindset, people, come on, 5650, whatever it is. So us making these decisions is what's helping to move us into our new cycle and our new season, because we are in a season of transition, y'all. We're moving from one cycle to the next cycle. Okay, so anything that is not beneficial, it's staying in the background. Anyone who's not trying to grow, it's getting left behind, because we're moving up, right? We're moving up, we're moving forward. We have new energy, we have new things to conquer, we have new dreams, new hopes, things that we want to make happen for ourselves. So it feels like that's what you're becoming enlightened to, right? Is the new things that you want to start to build, create, and grow. You're not letting any kind of toxic attachments or people hold you back or keep you stuck. Like, we're not in that season anymore. We're moving forward. Period. Told you, the world, because we've accomplished, we've overcome, we've learned the lesson, and now we're graduating and we're moving into the next cycle. A lot of us, we've made the necessary sacrifices. We're following the instructions of the Lord, right? We're surrendered. The hangman is a card of surrender, and it's a card of letting go. So the more, when you let go of what is no longer serving, that's like, okay, you're ready, because you let go and you make room for something new to come in. So we've learned whatever lesson we needed to learn in that previous season, and now boom, we move it into a new one, and that's it. And that's how we become enlightened, because we recognize when we've repeated a pattern, we recognize when we're moving into a new season, and it's time, right? It's time. So we're moving into something new. And this is for a lot of you, like, your impact, your reach is expanding as well, because this world card is clarifying this positivity card. So a lot of you, like, your reach, your impact is it's like you're motivating, inspiring more people than you think. Okay, so just know that. Okay, achievement, fulfillment, sense of belonging. What else? Ooh, everything you want, deserve, and desire, with the Ten of Cups, Strength card, Eight of Wands. Yeah, something's getting ready to, it's like manifest. It's like they just said rapid fire manifestation. So you may see a lot of things coming in really quickly. Where before maybe it felt like it was moving at a snail's pace, it feels like the speed is getting ready to pick up on things. And what you thought was going to take forever, these wishes manifesting, no, it's not. Things are getting ready to start picking up speed in a really fast way. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Final words of guidance. Let's get some angel numbers and we'll close it out, because it just feels like you being rooted and grounded in what it is that you want to accomplish in this next set of however long it's going to take you. I heard something yesterday that made a lot of sense for me. I already have been working with the number 7 energy a lot, and just getting that energy quite a bit as well. So it's like doing things like, so some of you could be ending a 7-year cycle. 88 may also be a number that you're seeing as well. This is you, like, I don't know, some of you just taking this first step is what is actually helping things to manifest and pick up speed for you. And maybe that was what you needed needed to do. Maybe you just had to find the strength and the courage within yourself to keep going. And it's like just that one last step is what is taking things to the next level for you, because you continuing to show up, you're continuing to do what the Lord has asked you to do. So he sees that, he sees everything that you're doing. So he finna give somebody a believe it or not kind of moment. Mm-hmm. Trusting your insight, trusting the wisdom you're receiving. You have everything that you need, and you're going to be given the necessary steps. You're just no longer allowing things to hold you back that are not necessary. And that was like the biggest decision that you can make. It's like reinventing yourself and becoming who the Lord has purposed you to be. When you're no longer fighting yourself, Seven of Swords, when you're no longer fighting yourself, it's like you then become unstoppable because you are showing up. We talked about authenticity earlier, right? When you're not fighting yourself or lying to yourself message about who you are or what it is that you're trying to do, that's when things start to become easier for you. Look, 888 manifestation, we talked about that, abundance mindset. This doesn't have to be like, you're not letting the enemy lie to you anymore either. Like, he can't try to trick you out of your blessings, your purpose, none of that, because this is on the diagonal with the north node and the party time. Some of us, we have put party time on the back burner in order to pursue our life purpose, in order to really pursue the life that the Lord has destined for us. And so you can't be tricked out of, you can't what y'all said, don't tempt me with a good time. It's like, you know when to work, you know when to play. You ain't around people. Come on, God. You're not around people who are going, he's just not. He's not allowing these things into this next season. And this is about you becoming more aware of those types of people. The Lord is going to show you what you need to know. And that is just it. It ain't no getting around it. If you ask him, he gonna show you, he gonna show up. Divine connection, infinite wisdom. He is going to show up, and he is also in the business of helping you to remove any obstacles or people or mindsets out of your way so that you can be great, so you can have the things that he truly wants. We're getting ready to get into the book of Numbers, which literally is another book of preparation for the prep for the promised land. Come on, preparation for the promised land. So a lot of us, we're in that season where we're still learning how to walk with God, how to fellowship with him, how to like live with him, how to be obedient. So that's why he said, he's like, don't discount or don't think negatively about the season that you're in, because we're still learning what it is that he wants us to do, how it is he wants us to move forward, what we need to be obedient about. But it's still about making sure that you're always taking things to him before you're making decisions. He's just continuing to teach us, y'all. He's continuing to develop us message. He's continuing to show us what it is he wants us to do, what our purpose is. And every day he'll reveal a little bit more. Every day he'll give us a little more of himself, as well as teaching us more about ourselves. So just continue to build your relationship with him. Whatever you do, whether you come on here and we're reading the Bible and going through the Bible, whether you go in the secret place and connect with him there, whatever it is, the Lord is going to show you exactly what you need to see. This is about one of our biggest, and we talked about this earlier this week, or last week rather. We talked about it Sunday. It's like surrender, y'all. We really are in a time of surrender and really trusting in the Lord to do what he said he's going to do. And it's hard because we don't want to relinquish control. We don't want to allow him to show up and be God. We want to try to control the way things go, but us trying to do it is what gets us messed up and puts us on the wrong path and moving in the wrong direction. So a lot of us are in the season where we're just like, okay, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna just do what you said to do. And sometimes I literally just said this to the Lord today. I was like, Daddy, just don't lead. I don't want to go astray, because I've done that enough, and that creates unnecessary detours. And so we're learning how to sit, wait on answers. I'm in that season as well. Sit, wait on answers, wait on him to provide the guidance, wait on him to show you the next step, versus rushing into something thinking that it's what it is we're supposed to be doing or the direction we're supposed to be going in, and it really is not. It creates an unnecessary necessary detour. So for a lot of us, we're just in this season of surrender where he's showing us, and he's going to give us step by step. It's like brick by brick. He's going to give us the answers that we need. It's just about trusting him, especially as we're stepping into numbers, when it's all about being grateful for the gift of freedom, being grateful for the gift of the promised land, trusting him to lead us into the promised land, trusting him to give us the land flowing with milk and honey, whatever that is going to be for you. Okay, we just got to trust it. What else? So 426, then we have 55 that's coming in next. Brace yourself for change, new possibilities, exploring new possibilities and exploring new opportunities. So you may be seeing that number 55, May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Y'all know that's when we have TU that's happening, that's starting as well. So there's change that's happening. And it's almost like get ready, because I told y'all with this 8 of Wands down here, if you thought that things were going to continue to move the same way that they're moving, they're not. Okay, they're not. Things are going to start moving more quickly than you think. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Like he has a future for us. He has a purpose for us. And so it's our responsibility to keep moving towards it. 225, thank you, Grandma. Look, ancestors name tapping in. Spiritual and intuitive development. We talked about that on What's the Clarity. Receiving divine wisdom. Ask the ancestors. Like you have a team that's supporting you through this transition, through this growth. As we're developing and maturing spiritually, I feel like we're always growing in the Lord. He's always giving us more of his character, showing us who he is. So you're growing. So just allow yourself, give yourself some mercy, give yourself some grace. Look, 77, I talked about 7 energy. 77 is positive movement forward, face your fears, rewards for your sacrifice. Okay, so just saying, you may be doing things in 7. It could be the next 7 days. I don't know. I feel like periods of 7, like I think I said a 7-year cycle. Hey, y'all. So just saying. Last one. Only do it. 23. Stepping into your power, gifts, talent, skills, and abilities. We using them all. Okay. We are using all of our gifts, talent, skills, and abilities in this season. 7-11, 666, 5-11. Yep. We're using all of our gifts in this season. No more playing small. Okay. Even if you think it's like you don't understand how it would be beneficial, if the Lord has given you a gift and he's told you to do something or use something, there's a reason for it. Okay. There's a reason. So step into it, be confident about it, and we just gonna keep moving forward, y'all. Every day we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep doing what the Lord has asked us to do, and that's just that. That's all. What else can we do other than take one day at a time, one step at a time, but keep moving forward. Every day we'll get another set of instructions, and every day we'll know we'll take some more steps, right? And that's it. That's it. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, hydrate your soul and things. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and amazing day in purpose and on purpose. Let me go see how this video turned out, y'all, because like I said, I'm using a new platform today. So I hope this was helpful for y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all drop a like, a share, a follow, a subscribe on the video. Turn your notifications on so you're notified anytime I go live or post a video. And I will see y'all in the morning. Love y'all.